Right.
They have no standing with that. It's, the computers were,
But if they approve the use of the software, that's all I'm saying, Michelle. Is
the
they're
one doesn't
approving-
have anything to do with the other junk.
Pardon me?
The software use has nothing to do with what was placed on computers that did not belong to the town. These computers did not belong to the town, and a software was placed on them to access information, whether it be inventory or whatever. It should have come before the court first to be
I thought it was your
advised.
computer that you checked.
You check the Office of Court Administration's computer as well as the computers in the court.
I guess
said one computer.
I don't really understand what's going on.
Office of Court Administration has provided the court with computers to use. So some of those computers are owned by the Office of Court Administration. The
So,
software was put on those computers as well.
so when there's a computer problem, we call up Omnis, then they're okay to work on it, and then other times they're not?
No, when the problems that come with regard to the computers is usually a computer issue that the printer doesn't work. Any technical information
Sure.
regarding the Office of Court Administration software, the Office of the Courtroom Program gets sent back to Office of Court Administration or the Courtroom Program. I call Service Education if I have a problem with my courtroom program, any
So
physical problem.
if you needed to put a new driver, a printer driver on there, and you're gonna call Omnis, so Omnis is gonna come into your computer, get on your computer and put a driver there.
I guess they would.
So they.
Not the Office of Court Administration's computer, the ones that are owned by the town, if that was the case. If it's an Office of Court Administration computer, it goes back to OCA and they send us a new one.
All right, as Mr. or Councilman Edwards said, I'm going to kind of beat this up a little bit too much. So I'm fine with paying the $8. Do I have a motion that the town board approves the claims of number 202 to 231 for the total amount of $46,627.48?
Is that the one you held?
Yes, well, that was number 210, I think it was.
Yeah, and this bill is gonna be included in it?
Yeah. You know, Mr. Zachary should have known better. I mean, that was just, you guys say it's pretty flagrant. I mean, I called him myself and said, don't do this.
No, we shouldn't
Yeah,
pay the bill, we
that you have
discussed
standing,
this.
Mike, to say don't do this.
If I'm paying the bill, yeah, I do.
And the town.
Besides the check.
The town also had money in its account, and it doesn't come under the procurement policy, as you implied. You implemented a policy, it's less than $100. If you don't want to pay it, don't pay it,
Just please.
I don't think we should.
then don't.
Then you can vote no. If we can get a motion on the floor here. Move on. This is a waste of the.
I do the motion, Mr. Edmonds. You can second it if you want.
Who made the motion? We did.
Well,
All right.
Nobody made a motion.
nobody made a motion.
I'll make the motion that we, well, we'll have to look at this first.
I'll second it, and I'll retract my note on there.
Yes, I make the motion.
And Joe seconded. Edwards,
Yeah, aye.
Esposito,
No, because just what I said before.
Yes.
Kuzinski, and Joyce.
Yes.
We're going to do one of those?
Yes.
I'm just two.
No. Are you done with this one?
Yes.
Is that resigned?
Yep, I already
I
signed.
understand that. I just wanted to be sure of this.
Yeah. But we can do, and Joe, if that's a good. This one, I'm sorry, general fund transfers. Do I have a motion that the town will approve the following transfers from the account of 111014, justice supplies for an amount of $450 to 11124, justice contractual, one-time fee, the reason is not budgeted. A second transfer in the amount, or from the contingency fund of account number 19994, the amount of $175 for, to the account of 14801 web administration. The reason again is underestimated budget. And then the final transfer in general fund is again from the contingency account of $19,904, amount of $70, to the account planning supplies, account number 80244, again, under estimated budget. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Second?
I'll second.
Edwards,
Aye.
Esposito, Kuzinski,
Yes.
Joyce.
Yes. Water fund claims. The town board approves claims number 80 to claim 92 in the amount of $8,153.59.
So moved.
Second.
Edwards,
Aye.
Esposito,
Yes.
Kuzinski,
Yes.
Joyce.
Yes. And I do need to make actually an apology to the citizens tonight. I've been trying, as I go through our normal board meeting minutes, to run copies of the actual voucher numbers so you can read exactly what we're spending our money on. I got here a little late tonight, so again, my apology. If anybody wants to see the actual claim numbers and what we're spending our money on, please let me know and I'll run copies for you. Again, we have 3 going tonight. We have one from the water fund, one from the general fund, and one from the highway fund. So if you just want to see the vouchers, I can do that for you. Obviously, if you want to get, or the abstract, sorry. If you actually want to see the vouchers, you can do that too. But again, my apologies. All right. Highway transfer. Town board approved the transfer of $20,298 from the general fund 99019 to the highway fund 5031. So, just before we go too much further here, I just want to do a clarification here. So, this is the same bill that was in discussion a couple of months ago about when we should pay it, when we shouldn't pay it. This bill is this bill is again from the July 1st to June 31st. So June 1st, 2011 to June 31st, 2012. So that's the cycle of the year. The last one that was so hotly debated here and in the paper was for 2010 and 2011, that should have been paid in 2011. So I just want everybody to be clear of how these bills and the fiscal cycle works with the county. So in case there's any questions, that's the reason why we're paying this. Which actually kind of brings up a good question. So as a process, when these bills come in, I guess I'm asking the town clerk, when these bills come in, do they automatically go to placed on a voucher and automatically be placed on the abstract? Is there any reason why we wouldn't?
On a day-by-day basis?
Well, monthly.
Monthly, yeah, monthly.
So every month we get all our bills in, they come out, they end up on a voucher, and then the abstract, and then the town pays them without fail.
Without fail.
Well,
I don't know.
well, without, yeah, you know what I'm saying, without fail, but.
Do the bills, when the bills come in, do they get vouchered every month? Yes, they do.
So the question then becomes, how did that one highway bill from last year not make it onto the vouchers? And the bigger question really becomes, how come the Gorman bill didn't make it on for 6 months? I know they're kind of rhetorical questions, so I just wanted to clear up and understand the process. So as far as this motion, do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys signed?
Just the green one, there's only one sign. I think that's green.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's green.
Please sign those, please.
I've signed everything else.
All right. So, green one, we need to send back to Lou.
Is there a motion yet?
That's on waiting.
Okay.
Oh, Joe made it, sorry.
I'll second.
Edwards,
Aye.
Esposito,
Yes.
Jazinski,
Thank you.
Yes.
Joyce.
Yes, sir. Yes, Carol.
Yes.
No, Lou has to sign it, sorry.
Yeah,
Minus
that's minus the signature. And where's the other?
No, that's the highway. You've got two in there? Oh, no,
Do I
sorry.
have two?
No,
Oh.
not two. One, two, is your signature? All right, highway claims. The town board approves claim 2 to claim 3 in the amount of $20,297.57. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Edwards,
Aye.
Esposito,
Yes.
Jazinski.
Yes.
Yes. Town board agenda meeting video contract approval for 9/11. That Supervisor Joyce review and sign the video professional services contract between Amy Goodrich and the town of Princetown to the video recordings of the September 11th, 2012 town board agenda meeting. Town board meeting for the total sum of $70.
I'll make a motion.
No, I think we just need the meeting minutes. No, not a question. So Lou's first?
I'll second.
Edwards,
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I just, we did the recording before, is that what we did?
Just a minute.
Town board approved the video audio tape recording of the 9/11/2012 town board meeting upon viewing by the town supervisor or delegate. This is something different. isn't it?
No, same one. All right, scratch that one. That's for the agenda meeting. But we're not taping the agenda meetings. So just scratch this whole motion. Is there an official procedure to do that? Scratch.
So just scratching it. Official scratch. Right, yeah. Motion, formal scratch.
I'll withdraw the motion. All right, McDonald Engineering proposal for bank stabilization. So again, folks, I think we talked about this a little bit early. We're going to have two motions here. I have a copy, only one right now. I'll circulate it as soon as I'm done. I'll just walk through it real quick, and then, again, we have a couple of prices here from McDonald Engineering. One's for approximately 500 feet worth of bank stabilization, one's for 800 feet. Again, I just need to work out some specifics with McDonald and NRC, DEC, and FEMA about what is actually covered on the footage of the bank. But I still I'm asking the board to allow me to review and negotiate the final mile of the project with NRCS, et cetera, just so we can try to kick this off and get moving forward. So I'll read the motion. Whereas the town water district number 1, property on State Route 7, adjacent to the Norman Skull Creek, sustained erosion damage during the Hurricane Irene of August 2011, and whereas the town is eligible for funding through the U.S. Department of Agricultural and Natural Resources Conservation Services Emergency Watershed Protection Program at 75% and ESD DEC at 25% to protect the town's water supply resources by stabilizing the bank of Norman Skull Creek. Whereas in order to qualify for funding and permit the stabilization project to proceed, the town needs an easement.
Wait, we'll read from the one, that page is superseded.
What?
Mary Sue passed out
Yeah.
the revised page 5.
I have two page fives.
Yeah. The one,
It's for the grant on the bottom of page 5. The rest of it should be okay.
Forget who was.
But let's just not use that because it's too confusing, but we can read.
The agenda that's stapled together, that's when you.
That's the right one? This one?
No. I'll highlight that. Whereas in order to call for funding to permit the stabilization project to proceed, the town needs an easement across the lands of adjacent property owner, Mike Hayden and Mr. Hayden appeared willing to grant the same. Now therefore be resolved that the town board, of the town of Princetown hereby authorizes Supervisor Joyce to review and sign the McDonald Engineering proposal after a final project review meeting with NRCS, DEC, McDonald Engineering, and Princetown Water Commissioner.
I'll make the motion.
There's two pieces of the of the creek. There's our piece, which would be the bank, and then there's Mr. Hayden's piece, which we're not technically producing or protecting Mr. Hayden's property, but protecting the facilities of the town that run parallel to Route 7. And that's technically what we're protecting. It just happens to be Mr. Hayden's property right now. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Edwards,
Aye.
Esposito,
Yes.
Jazinski,
Yes.
Joyce.
Yes. Hayden easement, whereas the town's water district number 1 property on State Route 7 adjacent to the Northscale Creek sustained erosion damage during Hurricane Irene in August 2011, and whereas the town is eligible for funding U.S. Department of Agricultural and Natural Resources Conservation Services Emergency Watershed Protection Program to protect the town's water supply resource by stabilizing the bank of the Northscale Creek, and whereas in order to qualify for funding and to permit the stabilization project to proceed, the town needs an easement across the lands of adjacent property owner Michael Hayden, and Mr. Hayden is willing to grant the same. Now therefore be resolved, the town board of the town of Princetown hereby authorizes Supervisor Joyce to secure and execute an easement for Mr. Hayden and to cause the same to be recorded in the office of the Schenectady County Clerk, together with such fees and other recording documents as the clerk requires.
Procedurally, how are we doing that? Just gonna have, well, you, like, you did in the.
Well, between myself and Doug Cole, we drafted and presented it to Mr. Hayden's attorney. So he has to grant the easement to the town, so that the town can go on his property. And as part of the grant, no, it doesn't amend its deed, but it does get reported in the clerk's office because we need 10 years access. So it's, you know, when you have a real property transaction that's for something in excess of 1 year, it has to be reported. So that's why this easement is reported, so anybody that is searching the title to his property would know that the town has the right to come on that land during the next 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years is for maintenance. Hopefully we'll have enough hurricane reinforced.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Edwards,
Aye.
Esposito.
Yes.
Jazinski,
Yes.
Joyce.
Yes. Mail procedures, I just highlighted.
Way.
That is the action.
I thought you already took action.
And that's what I'm saying, you know, it's been years of
Recommend that
actions.
he experience in April.
I don't know if we actually came out and formally said you need to go that route.
I think it's in the minutes.
You pass a resolution to.
Yeah, to say that he should go for a use variance.
I don't think a resolution was actually passed, but I thought that that was agreed upon by the board.
You should
But-
check, because
and
I thought I
that's-
saw that there was a resolution.
That's kind of where I was getting at. If we don't have a resolution in place, we should have one in place saying that you should go to the zoning board of appeals. But
I think it's
Unless we-
already there. I think they already made that
I think
resolution.
if you look at the minutes, it was something like you wouldn't consider changing the zoning until he'd exhausted the ZBA.
I could swear there was, it specifically said that he should go for a use variance.
Why would you want to consider zoning if you didn't pursue the other options first? Or rezoning?
So,
Anyway, check the
Yeah.
check the minutes.
Yeah.
I think they already-
if we haven't already, then just do that. And then just say, okay, this is what we want to do. You're in terms of attorney and make a recommendation and go in that direction.
Yeah.
I've already done that. That's one of the. So if we need to do that, we are already working on that. This time our recommendation is to do that.
All right, so we'll put on, you know, a formal resolution. It's already documented, Carol, and I guess, you know, cancel it.
Yeah.
So, do we have a resolution that advises Mr. Bob Paul to approach the zoning board for use variance for his property?
No, this is going along with the letter that we.
Well, he'll be able to document and say.
Why do we have to have a resolution to do this? We've got a procedure in place.
It's really necessary to read the whole thing here. Princetown mail procedures, all mail must be sorted and handled in the following manner. A, all incoming mail must be marked with time received and date marked on the envelope. All incoming mail. B, all incoming mail should be sorted, date, time stamped, and delivered to the address E or department each and every day.